When you visualize connected data, you simplify its complexity and make it easier to understand. Over the years, we've seen developments in how our users interact with their visualizations and using them not just for analytics, but as presentational tools as well. That's why we've introduced Annotations to our data visualization toolkits to help you bring out the story in your data. We started building Annotations after speaking to product managers who were despairing that their customers would take screenshots from their applications, then take them into PowerPoint, write all over them, and then put them in their reports. I hope that as more customers discover Annotations, we can work together to banish the PowerPoint step from the analyst workflow forever. When you're reading a report, you might highlight key information or add comments to yourself in the margins. You can use the Annotations layer to do the same thing with a graph or timeline visualization. Users can interact with their data visualizations to uncover insights and apply their skills, knowledge, and expertise to pick out the most important parts of the story.
So you might have multiple different types of annotation that you want to use to add insights onto your timeline or your graph. They could be pieces of text that live within the data itself, long descriptions that explain what the event was or what the node is, or they could be auto-generated alerts that highlight particularly important parts of the data, or they could even be comments from an analyst earlier on in the process.
Data visualizations aren't standalone tools that get used once and forgotten. They're part of a wider workflow that starts with a question and ends with a documented conclusion that everyone agrees on. The Annotations layer can enhance your end user's entire workflow. It supports cross-team collaboration between investigators at any time, anywhere. And when they're ready to share a report, deliver a presentation, or to present evidence in a formal setting, the Annotations layer highlights the insights that led them to their conclusion. It makes their recommendations and insights instantly understandable and explainable to anyone, removing ambiguity.
We really built the Annotations to replace things like tooltips or sidebars that can be a bit more in the way of your visualization, whereas the Annotations, they really behave smoothly along with the data itself.
The Annotations layer has its own zoom behavior to ensure that the annotations can be read regardless of the chart zoom level. Users can bring a human narrative to any part of the visualization, whether it's a single node or event, or an entire sequence of activities without leaving the chart. Annotations encourage the user to interact with the chart more closely, developing narratives as they work. The visualization itself becomes a repository of shared knowledge, contextual information, and subject matter expertise. If your application provides any kind of automated, AI-powered alerting, you have to work hard to build user trust. Annotations are a great way to give your users some additional context about these automated outputs and help them to understand why this alert, case, node, or event is being flagged. By increasing user trust, you can turn your alerts into reliable, actionable insights.